guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's going on, everyone? Cap24 here from HuddleGG. In today's video, we're going to talk about the defense in which John Beast used in order to win the Most Feared Challenge event and gave him another belt. Now, this defense itself is really, really good. We're going to show you what he did and all that. But more importantly, what we're actually going to teach you in this video is how to beat it. Okay, there's a secret tip about this formation that pretty much nobody knows or uses that gives you a really easy opportunity to get people out of it. Now, the metas have been over the years how to use basically compression sets and tight sets, and this is what this defense is really good about because you're not spreading out the defense. And we're going to show you the alignment and the type of formation you're going to want to use to get people out of this. Okay, so I'm going to call cover 4 quarters, and I already got a play called up. I want to show you the defense that he uses. First of all he's doing is he's pinching his defensive line. He's crashing down, right? And he's getting these guys to basically pinball. Now, a lot of times what you're doing here is you're taking these outside players here and putting them on 30-yard clouds. And then depending on what he's facing, he'll put a deep half maybe on this side in order to do that. And he leaves his players there. There's a combination of things that he's changed and basically, went ahead and did some things. But the idea of is this, and then he uses this player, you can blitz them, you can, get him down here, you basically cover the middle of the field. That's his job, okay? Now, I want you just to look at this alignment, right? I'm in the middle of the field just so you can see it. If I was to go ahead and attack to the outside, you have a pretty easy throw to the outside when these guys are in this position, right? You got Tate here, and you've got this. Now, one of the things that you can do in order to go ahead and change this up is you just go ahead and take the baseline that he's already got and you base the line again. And when you base the line again, what happens is this player will go all the way out here. And if he wanted to have somebody to cover over the top of that middle player, he does. He's got that ability to do that while still not sacrificing the right side because he's close and has that. Now, here's the secret. What if I go ahead and reset my defense? I'm just going to go ahead and get out of this. I'm going to redo this. What if the trips are to the right? What happens then? Okay, let's look at this. I'm going to put the trips to the right. And what you're going to see is they will never go to the outside. The right side player never goes out there. If I rebase the line, this guy will not go out. Okay, if I was to go ahead and flip my formation, look, the left side will go out to the left. The right side never goes to the right. Now, what I'm going to do here is because I took basically baseline off by baselining again, a second baseline basically cancels it. What I'm going to do here is show you that if I move the A to the left and it's no longer trips, this guy will now line up over the number 2. Okay, but as soon as it's trips, I'm going to move it back over here, the guy will come back. So how do you use this to your advantage, right? So most people are going to be using this against, formations that are going to be compressed, right? Well, you can always audible from a bunch to a trips and make them have to defend this out of that. That's an easy way to do it. You come out in trips, see if they're going to do it. But the bottom line is you want trips to the right, okay? And the reason why you want this, and if you look at what we set up before, it's really, really easy throws to the outside when you do this, okay? So I'm just going to do this defense here. And all you really have to do, to be honest with you, is just put a player on an out route and from the middle receiver or the outside receiver, and you just go ahead and throw this ball out here. They will never get to the sidelines, and you can take 7, 8, 10 yards a pop just doing this, okay? You saw I did it from middle receiver. I can do this to the outside receiver, and this is predicated on them doing the defense that either has this guy in a deep quarter, a deep third, or one of these 30-yard cloud flats that a lot of people are using in this situation, right? Something like this. And you're doing it like this. And so again, if I do this where I'm on the right side here, that's when I go on right here, they can do something like this, throw this ball, never going to get out there. Never going to get out there to the right side as long as you have trips. Now, if people say, you know what, I'm just not going to run this against trips, that's fine. There are a lot of formations out there, and I'm going to show you 2 here that will allow you to attack from a compression and get the same results. So what you're going to do here is the first one I'm going to just talk about is normal Y off close. And I'm just going to go ahead and pick a play like Y sail, right? And people will run this out of the quarters. They'll run this out of Tampa 2 if they're in the Patriots. I'll just do Tampa 2 so it's a little bit easier for you to see. This way I don't have to do as many adjustments, but it's going to be looking something like this. Double Mabel, right this, right? Well, if I just go ahead and motion this guy over, guess who becomes the third player? Guess now it's Trips, and guess who didn't move out there, right? All those are all the same. I can just fire this out here pretty easily, get myself 8 to 10 all day long. And there's literally nothing they can do other than going ahead and taking this guy and manually moving him over here to do it. And if they do that, I'm going to tell you right now, you should be running the ball down their throat because they're taking somebody out of the box and literally have the opportunity to where you can run it pretty easily, especially if you're running RPOs, because this guy often is going to be the read key. And if the read key is way over here, there's no way that he's going to be able to play, right? If they start moving that guy out, you've already got the game won. I'm going to be honest with you, right? So just in general, so you can see this, you can do that really, really easily. Now you can do this again here. If I do this out of like a wheel route, you can do this here where you make this, and if this guy's in that 30-yard cloud, he's going to back up. You're going to see how you're going to be able just to throw this pretty easily over here, catch your ball, get you easy 8 to 10 yards. What you're doing is you're making them have to do it. Now, people do not want to press this cloud flat. They press this cloud flat, he'll never get to the positioning that they want him to go. That's why they have to keep him back. So if you know that, you can easily just move this guy over. If they're starting to do just normal cloud flats, then you're basically going to be able to run right by them on a lot of routes, right? So like if I wanted to do this to where I just wanted to do a route where the A is going to get over the cloud flat, he's definitely going to be able to, because the way that guy's never going to get depth now because they went ahead and pressed him. Obviously, the pressure got to me. I was just kind of playing around with this, but you can see that guy would have been wide open. They can't press that player. So if they go ahead and try to do something where they are no longer putting 30-yard cloud flats out there, they're never going to be able to cover behind them. This defense does not work if they can't put the cloud flats deeper, or they can't keep those outside guys. Now, what if they just do match coverage, right? Well, if they do match coverage, let me just show you really, really quickly, just to make sure I got everybody in the right spots. I'm going to go ahead and put somebody here, and if they go ahead and do match coverage, I'm just going to show you really simply. If they go and say, you know what, I'm going to do cover 4 quarters, right? So I'll do the same sail play. I'm going to go ahead and put match coverage on. I'm going to take these guys off, right? And what you're going to see here is that the same concept we just did, we move this guy over, right? And this time I'm just going to put the A on a streak and the B on a corner route. You're going to see here that this guy is going to come down. The B is going to get over here, and now you got the bit A over the top for the easy touchdown, in which the user is going to have to cover, right? If the user has to cover that, you've got everything else open in the middle of the field because of the way that it would work. You can easily do, routes underneath that aren't going to get matched, that you're going to be able to kind of, basically get the user out of the middle. Either it's a touchdown or you got an easy catch across the middle, right? Either or. So you can see how that's going to work. Now, the other formation I want to talk about is tight open. And tight open's got the same thing as a compression, right? So if you got this where they're in gun tight open, this is in the Arizona Cardinals playbook is what I'm using. This is what I had my, game plan out of. And you can see here again, if we do this, I'll just go ahead and, show it to where, I'll leave it to where we put these guys on the things that everybody's using like this, right? And I'll go ahead and we can do this out of cover 4 quarters, that's fine. And we'll just do dig spot this time, right? Same difference, right? These guys, we'll give them the pinball, right? Put these two guys in those things, do something like this is kind of one of the things that he would do. And we'll just move this guy over. And again, we're getting the same exact situation we did before, where that guy goes to the outside. Now we're gonna fire it over here, get our catch, and we're good to go, right? If they start putting those cloud flats again at 20s or 15s or 10s, we're just gonna be able to throw it over their heads, and they cannot live that way. They need that guy to be deep. So this is a secret that if you guys don't know about, is something that I've used and been able to really get some easy yards against it. Now, if you like this tip, guys, go ahead and check out our website. We do have a section that we call Meta Buster, which we break down things that are popular amongst the community, something like this where somebody won a tournament using, and then when people go ahead and copycat that, you have the solutions right away and you're ahead of the curve when it comes to knowing how to attack it. This is just one video that we did on that. We do have other solutions when it comes to being able to block it, being able to go ahead and attack it in different ways that allows you to just get them out of it. And when you feel like you have the knowledge to do what is necessary to attack people that are doing one style of defense, trust me, it's going to make you that much better of a Madden player. So check that out. We appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on the next video.